I'll be with you, Jim. You carry on, mate.
To play a few obscurities and a few curios. So, I kind of came up with the idea for Steve to do this. So when he was 15, and he had a very early version of his band Wildlife. Was it Wildlife? Yeah.
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 It was the first Wildlife. So Simon Kirkpatrick.
So Steve wrote a song called Sunlight, and it's a sort of soul ballad.
Probably one of the first songs I ever wrote, when I was kind of tinkering about on the guitar, trying to find out if I knew, sort of listen to records and maybe just trying to find out how they come up with all these songs and ideas. This is one of the first ones I wrote.
And Steve did recorded it.
As you'll hear.
Recorded a demo of it, and sent the tape off to all the record companies as you used to sort of do back then. And the boys are doing a gig in Kings Lynn where they live, and it's sort of like out of a 80s Hollywood movie. A limo pulls up outside the gig, and Adam Faith gets out the limo, walks into the gig, and Adam Faith was in management and record company stuff by then. He wasn't a pop star anymore. And he went up and he said, I've got your song, Sunlight, and I'm going to give you a record deal and sign you and take you to London, which is what he did, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he just turned up. It was just, he got this demo of 4 songs that I'd written with Chris, and he kind of was told by a guy called Chris Andrews, who did a song called I'm a Yesterday Man, who lived in Norfolk. So he brought Terry down, Adam Faith, and he walked in and everybody was like, nah. You know, because he had a few of his sort of entourage with him. And yeah, so he basically said, I want you all to, I want you and your brother definitely to come to London. And I was only, I think I left when I was 16 and a half, you know. So went to Ear Studios with my band at the time, Wildlife, who were all local guys, you know. When I arrived at Ear Studios in London, which is George Martin's studio, which was fantastic. I'd never been to anything like this in my life. I was like from a farming background, you know, and it was like, this is a different world for me. And but when I arrived, there were a band already playing Sunlight, and we'd only just arrived. So I was a bit kind of like, don't really know what's going on here, you know. But I'm young, so I'm excited. And I didn't really know what to do. Then Adam said to me, look, can I walk over you, Steve? And he took me to one side. He said, this is a guy called Lawrence Juba, who's a guitar player for Wings. And I went, oh, right. You know, very humble, nice to... There's a guy called Trevor Morace, and basically what he wanted, really, was me and my brother. And but he got the whole band down to London on the premise they were going to be playing on the record. And unfortunately, it's hard when these things happen, because it breaks your heart, because they're your friends, you know. And I went back to my dad and I said, look, Dad, I can't do this. And he said, how many opportunities are you going to get like this? You've got to take your own opportunities when they come. So, and funnily enough, all the lads in the band, when I told them that, they also wondered why this other band were there. So they understood, you know. And the daft thing I did was, because we are what we are, I was then, me and my brother were given a big house in London in Edgware. We were paid for by Chrysalis Records. So I moved my old band from Kings Lynn into the house with me. So we used to go out and do London pub shows with my old band. They didn't know about it, just so I could learn my craft a bit more. I was too young, really, to start touring and stuff. But yeah, and this was the song that all that came from. And funnily enough, when we did the first Strange album that we did, called Burning, this song wasn't on it. They didn't put it on there. So it's a song called Sunlight. Anyway.
Reflecting on the water
to see the change. Know the real bride when you brighten up the sky. Yeah, thank you very much. A young recorded song.